Hi,
Hey,
welcome to the lounge where we talk about serious and unserious things.
mostly unserious.
Today we are on episode
Seven?
seven.
Seven?
It starts with an S. Start
Yeah.
with an
One of the.
S. One of those. Um, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys sat down. Got a little cozy,
Got a little bowl of popcorn,
little
preferably.
popcorn, kettle corn.
Hmm.
Um, maybe a little drinky drink. Something light.
Adult beverage or water.
Yeah.
Hydration is key.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's talk about that real quick. What you been up to? How's your day going?
Well, I start off my day, pretty chill. Yeah. Made some breakfast. What do we do after breakfast?
Oh, we were just chilling.
Just chilling after breakfast. And then we went to the farmer's market. And it was just such a good time. I got these really pretty flowers sitting right there. It smells like flowers in this area of the apartment.
Hmm.
You smell it?
No,
Okay.
I've
Well,
never smelled flowers before.
really?
Yeah, like
Honestly, I feel like they smell a little bit like a sneeze, if that makes sense. Or like,
no,
no. You don't know what a sneeze smells like?
no.
You
I've
would
only
know about
I've only
people.
sneezed. I've never smelt a sneeze.
But like the smell in your nose after you sneeze. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe I don't know. I'll let you know when I sneeze
Yeah,
again.
please do. Please update me.
Okay.
Yeah, the farmers market was fun. Dre's never been to the Minneapolis farmers
Yes.
market. I took him to his first farmers market last weekend in Sioux City, Iowa. Way to kick off that. But yeah, no, it was good. We got flowers. What else did we get at the farmers market?
We got some kettle corn. You know, I feel like the ones that you get at the farmers market
Hold on, I
or
forgot to hold your kettle corn. I'm holding on my flowers. Go ahead.
I feel like the one when you get kettle corn or just anything at a farmer's market, I feel like it just tastes better.
Yeah, just fresh.
Or germs. I don't know. Something about it just kind of like just adds that little pizzazz to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, got kettle corn. We got this raspberry pepper jam.
I think it
So
was just raspberry jam, right? I don't think it was pepper jam.
it's basic raspberry jam.
I think so.
I thought it was raspberry pepper
Girl, let me
jam.
go check.
That was what I wanted to get.
Yeah, Oh my god, it's raspberry pepper
Raspberry
jam.
pepper. What I say? Should have been listening.
What?
Anyways, so we got raspberry pepper jam. Um, we got peach cobbler.
Mm-hmm. Back in the jar.
We got a lemon pound cake as well, but it's like a small one. So I can't wait to eat that.
Perfect sharing
Anything
size.
food related, we're gonna get at a farmer's market most likely. So
Yeah.
it just yeah. Um, but yeah, other than that, we just kind of walked around and just took in the vibes.
It was a good time.
It was good. It was really chill, really nice.
People were really nice. Other than the fact that you had a headache.
Yeah, I had a headache. I was walking around with shades on. It was cloudy outside, so I felt kind of weird about that. But then I
Oh
saw other people wearing shades, so I was like, I guess it's okay.
my gosh. The most important part about the fact that it's Sunday and like the beginning of a new week is that it's Beyonce week.
Oh yes,
We're gonna see Beyonce on Thursday. I'm so excited. I have my whole outfit. You just finished off your. I always have to touch your
yeah.
mic
You
so I'm
always
a
gotta touch
wizard.
me.
I'm
Just like leave me
sorry.
alone.
But he just got the rest of his outfit yesterday. Right?
Oh yeah, I got a vest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Y'all are gonna see the pictures on Instagram. If you don't follow us, what are you doing? Check the bio below. I actually put our Instagrams in the bio.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh
do. If you
shit.
want to follow us, go ahead and do that. But
If I
yeah,
block you, hey, it's not personal. I just
that's
didn't
why
know.
I got my hair done. Look at it. Oh, it looks so good. Braids by Venus. Go follow her on Instagram. Not sponsored. No, but I got like tinsel in it and I just love it. I love the color too. I feel like it's not like a shocking blonde
Yeah,
against my black hair, dark brown hair.
I gotta cut my hair still. I plan on cutting my hair today, but I don't know if I'm gonna get around to it. I'm
Oh, you're gonna do it
tired.
today.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
thinking about doing it today, but I'm like tired, so
I can do it.
I'm no.
Oh
I'm probably do it. If not today, I'll probably do it sometime before the Beyonce concert. Just put it like that. So,
my god.
um,
take a good look at me now because next week on the next pod, I'm going to be a completely different person.
What do you mean?
Beyonce is going to change my life. I'm so beyond excited, y'all. Like, so beyond excited.
My life isn't going to change much, but I'm going to be there for vibes for sure. So,
Gosh. Yeah, you'll see the pictures.
I don't know any of Beyonce's songs really, but you know, it's Beyonce.
It's Beyonce. You
And
can't pass up on this opportunity.
I want to see Blue Ivy up there too.
Oh my gosh, she better. Blue, you're on stage, please.
Yeah.
Please. I said please.
So,
yeah.
I think the thing I'm looking most forward to is like the outfits.
Yeah, and see what everyone's wearing. Like, see what we've seen on TikTok and Twitter so far. Like, people are not playing games. And neither are we.
No.
No.
I know.
We're stepping up to the plate and we're batting and getting a home run and a touchdown and a goal. Y'all, I was a 3-sport athlete in high school. I know sports. I'm just being funny. This is called comedy.
You got it? You good?
I'm great.
You got to ask your sister?
I did.
Okay. So yeah, then we did a video for Mercy's channel.
Which y'all won't see for a minute because it's an apartment tour. Y'all don't need to know where I live.
Yeah. We're gonna wait until we actually
evacuate
move her
the
out.
building. Yeah.
And then we got another video on the way. But that's gonna be on Mercy's channel, of course, as well.
Yeah, I gotta brush the dust off that bad boy, but there'll be some more content coming up. So go ahead and give my page a follow on YouTube. It's Mercy Oyedare. It's my platform name on every.
You want to spell that for her?
Yeah, MERCY.
Mercy.
OYADARE.
There you go.
Why'd you say Mercy and not the other name?
Well, because it's like. It's like when people hear certain things, they think it's going to be spelled like some unique way.
Oh, sure.
So, like, for example, my full name is Dondre. When people hear Dondre, they say DeAndre, or they'll write it with like an E in it for some reason, where there doesn't need to be. It's Don Dre. It's very straightforward and simple.
When I was spelling out my name, I was spelling out Mercy, and then you said Mercy. Then I spelled out my last name, and then you didn't say it.
Because I was just trying to emphasize that it's exactly how it's.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Jeez. This one over there.
Say my last name. Stay on camera. You look shy? Why you look shy?
Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. What?
What did I say?
Anyways.
No, I'm trying my best not to say anyways. I already said it once. So anyways, damn. Let's get to the topics. Let's get to the topics of the day.
Let's just start. Let's just do
it, man.
The dang thing.
Okay. So we're consciously, purposefully trying to keep it light today. You know, nothing too heavy, nothing too intense. I know the last few episodes have been really like, you know, bumping heads. I said knucking heads.
I was gonna say bucking heads.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy. Yeah, bumping heads. So today we're just gonna keep it light, chill.
I like to be able to just turn my brain
low
off.
Pressure. But I like it like let's get it on. You know, let's
get it on. After that.
Okay.
You know, I'm telling you, y'all, I could sing. If I tried, I think I could sing. Sometimes I'm singing and I'm like, wait, I kind of just hit that. I kind of just ate right there. No crumbs. No crumbs?
There are a few crumbs left behind.
No crumbs.
I actually like a little piece.
Once I get into my singing bag, it's over for y'all.
It's over for my ears.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling y'all, I can sing. Bleeding. I can sing if I tried.
Anyways.
First topic.
That's 3.
That's embarrassing.
All right, whatever. I don't care.
So
I don't care anymore.
Anyways,
let's go.
We're going to talk about the top 3 childhood TV shows that we watched growing up. I don't even know where to start. Sounds like you got a list, so I'm gonna let you just start.
Are we going back and forth, or are we going all in one go?
It's so hard for me to pick favorites because then there's so many. Like I'm gonna list off a bunch of shows that I liked, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pick top 3.
That's nasty, bro.
Okay, fine. We can go back and forth.
Yeah, come on.
You start.
All right, so I like to have solid representation of everything that kind of defines my childhood. There's some things that are gonna be missed, but whatever. This is a good cartoon. Well, not even cartoon, but just childhood TV shows in general. First one at number 3, anime. Dragon Ball Z. That is something that I grew up on. I discovered it sometime in middle school. It was fucking crazy when I discovered it. It's just like, who are these people? Why are they yelling out loud, screaming so much? And their hair. It's just like this over masculine version of combat, and it's just fun, as a young boy, who's interested in combat and physical stuff. So I thought it was really dope to watch. It came on Cartoon Network at like 8, like right before my bedtime. No, 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 actually right after my bedtime. And sometimes I'll get my parents to let me stay up to watch it.
No.
But this shit is also, it wasn't fun to watch on like regular TV because the what's it called? There are a lot of filler episodes, so they would just be talking the entire time for like 3 weeks, and it's like, bro, get to the fighting, get to the point of beating each other up. Why are we here still talking about I'm a Super Saiyan and he's like da, 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 da. Like, nah, bro, get to the meat and potatoes. Let's start swinging on each other. So
when you were watching it, when you were young and watching it, there were new episodes.
yeah, there'd be a new episode every week. I think maybe 2 episodes every week or something like that. Either way, there was a new episode every week. But during those episodes, you're just sitting there, just like in suspense mode, like
As
waiting
you're
for them
seeing.
to like fight, and like for like 3 weeks straight, they're just talking. So that was kind of a pain in the ass, but you know, close one for anime is Naruto. Naruto Shippuden specifically was
Shippuden?
Shippuden. Yeah,
Who's that? Or is that it's a show?
it's a show. Yeah,
Right.
it's an anime TV show. If
Right.
you're an anime fan, you get it. If you're not, it's okay.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You're not on TikTok enough.
No, I don't.
Okay. I will also. I'm not putting them in order. I'm just gonna list the top three. A top three for me. Oh, so we set it up now. All right.
Well, I gotta make sure my posture good. I'm kind of getting old now, so.
The top three for me, Victorious. I ate that show up, and it was just I loved it because it was like there was drama, it was funny. Like there's still some episodes that I referenced today, like when the characters got stuck in like an RV and the heat went out and they had like a drip. Did you watch Victorious?
No.
Okay, because I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z, so it's kind of like you don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. So for all those who do know, they all had to like share like a drop of a freaking water bottle, and they poured it into the lid, and they had a rule that there was one tongue dip, so everyone could just stick their tongue in the cap for some water and pass it around. And then I got to like Robbie. I don't know if his name is Robbie or Robbie, but he was about to tongue dip. They just threw the whole lid into his mouth and they were like fighting him to get it back. But obviously, like that's gone. So I just thought it was so funny. And even to this day, I'll watch it and be like, that's a good show. I think there was a time where there was a time where I was visiting family in the UK and we are just at a big like family and friend gathering and there was like nothing going on. So the kids like sat down around the TV and I was very invested as like a 20-year-old watching Victorious. It's just good. It's an OG. And oh my god, even like the song Chicago, that Tori Vega, is it Tori or Tori's sister? Either way, saying I still reference that song when I talk about Chicago. It has ties to my childhood, it has ties to now. It's a good show. And I think they had some like iCarly cast members on there too. So I think Victorious definitely belongs in my top three.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Coming at number 2 is a TV show called Martin.
Didn't watch that.
It's so think of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air type, kind of like real actors, but it's like a comedy TV show kind of thing. Yeah, I just grew up on Martin. Martin's like a comedian. I've seen him in different movies and stuff like that, but just their kind of sense of humor was just kind of how my family's sense of humor was like growing up. So I connected with that, as a person who watched TV shows as a little kid. It was just kind of funny to like get the jokes, kind of connect with the actors because I've seen them in this film and that film, and I honestly, Martin was like Tyler Perry before Tyler Perry with the whole, he would act as like the main character, but then he'll act as like a woman, like dress up in like
Really?
women clothes and stuff like
Oh.
that, and act like a different character as well. So it was just kind of cool just to kind of see, stuff like that. Just black entertainment, black comedy. Um, yeah, really
Okay,
dope stuff.
question. You said get the jokes. That makes me think of like what kind of jokes were they? Because I
It's
know
just
there are movies that like I watched as a kid that they made like sexual jokes, sexual innuendos. I think as a kid that went over my head, and I watch as an adult, and I'm like, oh, was it like those jokes you were
no,
getting?
no.
Okay.
It's more so like the kind of jokes it is. So, for example, like, and I could be wrong. I don't know, but I didn't watch too much of white sitcoms.
Mhm.
So the jokes that they have are a little bit different than black sitcoms.
Mhm.
Black sitcoms is more like a direct insult versus like white sitcoms. I think white sitcoms are a little bit more clever.
Mhm.
Black sitcoms is like calling you like, ooh, I don't know if I want to say that. I don't know if I want to put it on YouTube.
There's no flip.
Like just like stop blabbering away, baboon lips. Like just like
Oh god.
yeah, they're like crazy, crazy lines. But it'd be like the way that my family talk. So when my dad and I get the roasting each other, when my brother and I get the roasting each other, it's direct insults. So when we see it on TV, we relate to it. Other TV shows, it's kind of like, well, I don't know, John, what is it? And it's just like, then everybody starts laughing. And I don't quite get it, but like, okay, I guess, I don't know. Like, it's
Yeah.
not really direct. It ain't hitting, the same way, but it's, different kinds of comedy. So,
Okay. All right. I made an internal decision as we were talking about. I'm gonna pick one of my favorite shows from each of the channels that I grew up watching. So I
okay.
watched Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and then Cartoon Network. So the first one I picked was from, I think it was Disney Channel. Pretty sure Victoria's was on Disney Channel. If it's not, well, we're gonna keep moving.
Probably on Nickelodeon.
Probably because I probably was Nickelodeon
I was going to say, let
show.
me look this up for you.
Well, it's okay. I mean, we're gonna be. So yeah, okay. Well, it's gonna prove me wrong. So
I'm just curious.
anyways, yeah, go ahead. My next show that I'm gonna pick is from Cartoon Network, and it's Flapjack. No, not Flapjack. Sorry, Chowder. Flapjack. Honorable mention. It was a good show. Like Bubby and. Did you watch Flapjack?
Flapjack?
Yeah.
That show is crazy.
Like Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Flapjack was crazy, but I was gonna pick Chowder. I really liked
want
Chowder. Did you watch Chowder?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I would just be entranced by the show. It was so weird. It was so bizarre. I can't even think of anything specific. But I do think there was one of the songs that Chowder sang on an episode that I still sing to this day, but I can't. It's not coming to mind. But Chowder is definitely there. I'm gonna talk about Flapjack because I have nothing else to say about Chowder. But I'm not saying it's top three.
How do you have more to say about what?
I just
Flapjack?
Well,
But
I
you
would
don't.
even well
That's
because
crazy.
I remember more Flapjack than I did Chowder. But I would play the Chowder game online, I think. But Flapjack is so that was so weird. Sometimes things will get really creepy. And did you watch Flapjack?
Yeah, I watched like Cartoon
Okay.
Network was my channel.
Oh, okay.
Like Nickelodeon was hit and miss, Disney was hit and miss, but Cartoon Network had straight fire for me.
Okay. Yeah. Flapjack and Bubby, and there was that one brown thing. Or was that from no, the brown thing was from Chowder. Wow, I'm getting this mixed up now. Yeah, Chowder. No, I don't. Now that I'm talking about it, I don't feel like Chowder's in my top three anymore. So let's go with Flapjack.
Okay, Flapjack.
His number is in the top three. Put it at three. Your turn. You have so much more to say about your shows. It's funny because like I feel like the shows that I watch just like entranced me, but they were like going in one ear out the
Yeah, I was
other.
gonna say like for me, I have like feelings with the show,
Wow.
just like stuff.
I feel like I feel things more now when I watch them as an adult than I did as a kid.
Okay, Heartless.
I just wanted to turn my brain off.
Okay.
It's not different now, but
Show number one is SpongeBob SquarePants.
there's no drum roll.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
There's no way you could have that. Is literally like it's such a it's just such a universal TV show that you could go back and watch and still get the same level of enjoyment out of it. There's so many iconic moments that come out of SpongeBob SquarePants. There is so many lessons that you can kind of get out of it, or just so many related. Like I never thought I would I would relate to Squidward so much until I got older.
Yeah.
And now when I watch SpongeBob, it's like I get him. When I was watching him then, I thought he was just a complete loser.
SpongeBob.
Just complete. No, not SpongeBob. I'm talking about Squidward.
Okay.
Squidward, I thought Squidward was a just complete loser, just completely like not fun at all. I thought SpongeBob was like fun and just trying his best. Da 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 da. Flip the roles. Now I think SpongeBob's a lunatic. I think Squidward is just so relatable. Completely understand him. Mr. Krabs, I get Mr. Krabs now. I get why he penny pinching everything. That one scene where he was, it was the scene where like, I forgot what exactly was happening, but there was a part where he was trying to get the money back from everybody, and there was a point where he like clicked the button and like whatever the dude was watching like went back out of his brain and went back to the TV. I thought that shit was hilarious. Yeah, it's just like the TV show itself. It's just so, it's such a classic.
It's funny because like I don't know if you ever counted this, but at USF, the college that I went to, it was like up in the air, 50-50 of people had seen SpongeBob because a lot of their parents wouldn't allow them to watch SpongeBob. I know a good amount of people who weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob as a kid.
That's so sad. I missed out on so many good things.
Don't know if it's like a Christian thing or parents are scared that their kids are going to lose IQ points. I think there was a question about if it affects your IQ.
Yeah, that was a thing. I don't know how valid it was, but
yeah.
That TV show, I don't know what could top SpongeBob SquarePants as just like an overall like. I mean, I don't know if you want to just simplify it to cartoon. I don't know what cartoon is better than SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, and it had good songs. Mm-hmm. I have a whole album on my phone.
Let's sit around the campfire.
Yeah, I have a SpongeBob album.
Campfire songs.
Okay, no, stop. I don't want them to listen to you sing it. But, yeah. What's your number before I start rambling?
Ooh, I wish you could relate with me on this and watching it, but my number one for sure has got to be George Lopez. It came on at Nick at Night when I was supposed to be in bed. My parents weren't paying attention. I'd watch it in the basement. Probably wasn't supposed to be watching it, but it's so funny. Like the stuff that I understood as a kid had to be rolling. I can't imagine like going back and watching it now. So funny. Like there's the main character George, and then there's his wife. He has 2 kids, Carmen. I can't remember what the boy's name is, and then his grandma lives with them. Just so funny. Like every episode, I'm like howling. They're talking about dating. At one point, Carmen wanted to go off to Disney World and be a princess, and they were like, "What?" And then there's like, she's like, "I even have the wave down. Crowd, individual." And for a while, I was walking around like, crowd. So, if you know, you know. Like George Lopez is so funny. I need to go back and like see what streaming services carry that. I need to watch that. So good. Do you know who George Lopez is?
A comedian. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I used to like when I was asleep and I like wake up to the theme song.
Yeah.
It was just out of nowhere.
All
blaring.
my friends.
Yeah.
Know the low rider, and they're like flying through the air.
Yeah, and I've seen it. I do have 2 notable mentions. One is Everybody Hates Chris.
I was thinking that. Okay, that's gonna go in your.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that we should do 2 notable mentions.
Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength. Oh my god. Okay.
So Everybody Hates Chris is just once again relatable. Totally understand everything that's happening in the TV show. It's not as aggressive as Martin, far as like insults and jokes, but you can get it. You can
I'm gonna slap you in the next Tuesday.
Yeah, you can still get it. And then the second one, this one's hard for me because once again, Cartoon Network. There's a time period where they just had a slate of like a bunch of different cartoons that I was just like, I just loved. But okay, so right now I'm battling. I'm gonna say Kids Next Door. Kids Next Door is probably gonna be my other notable mention, but very, very, very close. Powerpuff Girls.
Ooh, Powerpuff Girls.
So those 2. If you haven't figured out, I have a theme here. I really like when cartoons are fighting each other. So if it's not fighting, you got to be insulting.
Remind me, Kids Next Door. They live in the treehouse.
Yeah, they live in the treehouse.
With a red hat. Number 7 on strip.
They go by numbers. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, like through 5.
Okay.
They had, I forgot the name of the kids, but it was like the kids. It was like the kids down. I think it was Kids Down the Lane or something like that. But like their dad was like a villain, and he was like in flames or whatever. Like
Oh,
it's just oh my gosh, there was so many things about it. I can't remember. I felt like the adults in that show was also like clueless on everything.
Mhm.
I have another notable mention. I'm sorry, I keep.
There's too many. I
There's
get
so
it.
many.
There's so many
Okay,
important
another
ones.
one's Ed and Eddie. Ed and Eddie is
Oh my
fire.
God!
I used to
Wait,
watch that
Ed
with
and
my dad
Eddie.
so much.
Yes, and the plank and oh my
They do anything for a cough,
gosh.
not cough drop, but a jawbreaker.
Oh my gosh. I when they got obsessed when I saw that they liked jawbreakers, I was like,
I
I
can't
turned to
give
my
me one.
parents. I was like, I need a
Yeah,
jawbreaker. I had like remember I had one that was like this big. I was
yeah,
working on it for a few weeks.
yeah,
And I'd like keep it in a plastic bag and then start.
yeah. This shit's be big as shit too. I'm like, who? I wouldn't even want to
Yeah.
get that, but okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah,
That unlocked a memory for me.
yeah.
I would say that my two honorable mentions for sure. The nanny. It's just iconic. The outfits and you know the nanny named Fran. She was like, Mr. Sheffield. You know,
That
wow.
sounds annoying.
Oh my gosh, she definitely like I had a high pitched voice. And at first I was like, what is this? And I kept watching it and I was like, I kind of like this. She's a fashion icon. She's like flirty, fun. I like her. I like her attitude. And another honorable mention would have to be. I was gonna pick another one from Nickelodeon, but I think I need to give it a break. Disney is not getting any representation here. I feel
I don't
like
really fuck with
it's
Disney like that, honestly.
well, Wizards of Waverly Place.
I didn't really watch it like that.
Oh, well, it's a good one. It's
The only people that I was cool with was like the Sweet Life of Zack and
Ooh,
Cody.
Sweet Life with
That
Zach and
one was
Cody,
pretty
or Sweet
cool.
Life on Deck when they came together with other people. I think.
It was cool, but I still mess with Sweet Life of Zack and Cody
Okay,
more.
Hannah Montana. Hannah
And
Montana's
no,
an
I didn't watch.
OG.
I didn't watch Hannah
Whoa.
Montana.
You're a
I respected Hannah Montana, but
true
I didn't like the
friend.
concept of the fact that like you put a wig on her and no one understood. Like,
Whoa,
okay, you're
yeah.
not Superman, right?
Come
Like
on now. Let's.
you're doing too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, those are my two honorable mentions.
Where would you rate? Who would you rate far as like the best channels between Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney?
Oh, in order. So Disney last. Probably Nick second, and then
Cartoon Network.
first.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the same. For me.
Yeah, I definitely didn't spend as much time on Cartoon Network, but they definitely had good shows on there. I feel like I'm even forgetting some on there.
I will
Oh,
say
Courage the Cowardly Dog is another good one.
Heat.
Yeah.
Also, I will say, out of all the TV shows, all the channels, Disney I think has the best movies.
Ooh, I was thinking about High
They
School
have
Musical.
they have the
Lemonade Mouth. I cried during
don't get
Lemonade
me
Mouth.
started.
Oh, the one with Coco Jones.
Yeah, I think they have the best movies. You know when
Yeah.
they hit the little thing and then the kid
You're
jumping out of
watching
nowhere and
Disney.
he's doing this. Yeah, you know it's about to be a fire movie. You don't know what it is or what it's about, but it might be fire. So I would say Disney has the best movies, but we're talking about just TV shows like time slates, Cartoon Network for sure.
I like that topic.
Yeah.
I can keep going down on that topic.
Same.
But we gotta get moving.
We got other topics.
we do. So the next thing that we are going to talk about today is different takes on weddings. So I had quite the wedding season this year. Not that I've been to a million. I know other people have like 8, 9, 10 to go to in a year. But I had 3 this year. And I got to take Dre to 2 of them. So I don't know. I like weddings. But we have different perspectives on it, so we thought we'd just kind of talk about that. But I like them. I like getting dressed up. I like seeing everybody because now that we're out of college and we're adults, A, it's hard to make friends, and B, we don't get to see each other as often in person as we are like texting or FaceTiming, if that even happens. So I do look forward to weddings, even though they are expensive. They do consume time. You have to travel for them a lot of the time. But I look forward to them. I think they're fun, but they can be a little tiring if you are doing. And like on top of the weddings this year, I got to participate in like a bachelorette party. I got to do a couple of bridal showers, and like that's new to me. Those were my first time this year, so I'm just taking it all in and learning. But I have a very not that your perspective is negative, but I have a very like positive outlook and opinion on weddings. What are your thoughts?
My experience with weddings so far has been they've been they have never been like bad per se. But I think it becomes a point where it's like repetitive for me at least. I think women look for different things than guys do. So when I'm sitting there, I kind of like zoned out for a little bit because it's like it's all kind of the same. Like women, they have when they see their friend getting married, they're like looking at so many different aspects, like the wedding dress,
The
the
colors,
color
the
schemes, the
venue.
girl, the what, like the makeup that she has on her face, and how well done she, like her hair, and uh,
Nails,
there's just so many
jewelry.
things that the girl's looking at. And for me, as a guy, I'm looking at the groom. I'm like, it's the same outfit I saw like last week, just a different color. And it's not like a diss towards anybody, because obviously it's like, it is what it is. I think for men it's a little different because we're just trying to get married and that's it.
I
The rest
mean,
of it, I think the rest of it is more so what the girl really imagines.
I feel like if I want to interject this little tidbit here, but like women or weddings are catered towards women.
Yeah.
Like you hear all the time, like this is your wedding,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I get that. It's not very.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I get the excitement on the girls' behalf, on the women's behalf, but for the guys, like so from that, after a few weddings, I've decided to make a little mental shift to kind of be more willing to be interested in weddings. And that is, I look for men that got dragged to weddings. I try to find the ones. I try to scope and spot the ones that was dragged, just because it's funny to kind of see them like squirm. And
How can you tell when they're dragged to a wedding?
so
Okay.
for me, one of the things that I could tell that somebody was dragged to a wedding is how long they're on the dance floor. First two, three songs, everybody gonna be on the dance floor. That's just kind of how it is. But once the songs start dwindling away, more and more men start to sit down.
Usually the first ones to
Or
sit
they
down.
start to dip off somewhere else, and it's like, yeah, you were the ones that got drunk here. Um, and if it's not that, what was another example that I saw? Oh, it's more so just kind of how they interact. I know that there's some people that are more extroverted, so they'll willing to talk to everybody. But I think most guys are very much like, for one, they're following the girl everywhere. So like with me and Mercy, I'm following Mercy everywhere. I'm attached to her hip because I don't know none of y'all. Um, and I'm not the type to like try to converse to everybody. I'm just not. No offense to anybody. It's not that I hate you. It's just like
You're introverted.
introverted. So when I see another guy and he's following his girl everywhere, and I'm like, yep, you got dragged here as well. Also, how much they interact with people. So, or like not even just interact with people, but like their facial expressions and how much it changes. You can tell how invested the guy is in a conversation, um, based on how quickly his face changes. So if I know you guys, I'm like smiling, getting, laughing, got the grin. But then there's the other person that's not really in tune with the group, and they're like they'll smile, and then all of a sudden they're like,
Yeah, it's kind of like they're talking, ha ha ha. You turn away.
yeah, it's just like dead
How fast
inside.
that smile
Yeah.
fades.
So that's like something that I like. I like to look for, just to kind of bring a little interest in the wedding for me.
Mm-hmm. Something I want to know too is all the weddings we went to, I brought him. Like all my friends
Yeah.
are getting married.
Yeah.
You ain't got no friends.
No.
So that's another thing too. Like I think they're my friends. I know them, and I'm excited for them because I've seen the relationship start, grow, and get to a point where it's at. And you met them over FaceTime
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
So
I had like a little conversation, just said
yeah.
hello, and then that's it. That's kind of where
Yeah.
it stops.
So I'm interested to see at some point if you do have a friend that gets married that you get invited to, and you do bring me. I'm interested to see how like if that dynamic would completely shift because like I wouldn't know anybody, and I am extroverted, but I do get shy still. I'm not
Yeah.
the one. I'm not usually the first person, especially if I'm with like other extroverted people, to speak out and say something. So I
Yeah.
feel like that dynamic might change, but depending on how many people you know at the function.
That's another thing, why it's difficult for me to really enjoy weddings, because there's a lot of repetition, and there's not a lot of previous experiences to kind of go off of to have a conversation. So with you, you're going to a wedding of your friends, and you guys go, oh my God, like you got to talk about the wedding for what it is, and then after that, you guys can talk about so and so's here. Then you guys could go on like a subject about that person or this thing, because you guys know each other well enough to really do that. With me, it's like I'm introducing myself. Hi, my name is so and so. This is what I do as far as a job. This is what I'm going to school for. I do the same thing with everybody. So it's kind of like, all right, this is another wedding where I have to introduce myself to a bunch of different people, say the exact same things. They're going to talk about their things, which isn't like a bad thing, but it's just like, all right, I kind of know what's coming.
Yeah.
So it's only fun when like I relate to somebody and we get on a subject about something, or they're just funny. Like one of the two, but yeah, it's hard to find out when you're at a wedding. So then I just try to get drunk. Get drunk. Hopefully the food good. Hit the dance floor a little bit because I do like my dancing. But it also depends on how good the DJ is. Because if you start playing stuff that I don't really I don't really know that well, or I'm not really interested in, I might sit down a little bit.
Take a little break.
Take a little break. But yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I don't think I have anything else to say about weddings.
I would say, men, we need to add a little pizzazz. I know that they say that it's their wedding, but we the ones that got down on one knee to do the wedding. Without that, this wedding wouldn't happen. So I
You
think
got down on one knee to ask a question.
to ask the question. So without us initiating, it would have never happened. I will say, as men, we need to put a little bit more effort in changing things up and making it unique to ourselves. Uh, so I seen one wedding on Twitter where the dude was introducing his groomsmen like an NBA draft. I thought that was really dope
That's
because it
cool.
just made it unique to his wedding, and it's still like it's him. It's part of who he is. Also, the outfit, the suit. Do something unique. Do something different. As the groom, not as the groomsman. The groomsman can wear the basic stuff, but like groom, like come on, like change it up. Do something a little crazy. Do something unique that like. Yeah, I know not every guy is like fashionable like that, but try to do something that's different to make it unique to your wedding. So
Something else I keep seeing on Twitter about like weddings and stuff I think is really cool is for the wedding video, they'll have the groomsmen walk in like they're walking into a basketball game. So they'll record them holding like their stuff and like dressed up. Have you seen that? Or
I don't know.
yeah, it's
Oh
basically
yeah. No,
walking
yeah,
one
I've
by
seen that.
one.
Yeah. No, I've seen that. That's cool too. Just whatever it is that makes you as a guy unique, or just the things that you like doing, put
Your
that in the
interest.
wedding. Don't just try to be boring and clean cut. That shit's boring.
Right. You have so much wedding experience now. You can give all the advice.
And all the advice.
Yeah.
All the advice. So, if you need me, just hit me up. I'll give you some ideas. We might have to get to know each other, talk it out a little bit, grab a beer or something.
You sound like you're getting into wedding planning a little bit. You sound like that's your
Not all the wet planning. No. That's true. I don't want to be stressed out. I don't need anybody's mothers coming after me. And
oh my gosh.
Good on that. But yeah. Sick.
Awesome.
Next topic.
Next thing that we will cover today is money.
Money. I don't
really need any of the money. All that bitch needs the.
So, lately we've been kind of uncovering a lot of financial advice.
Yeah, we're reading money books.
She's reading books.
To us by our dear friend Zoe Hazel. Basically, I read one of the books before, and I'm reading the other one now. And you listened to one of the books.
Mm-hmm.
And like I knew some money things, but I'm learning more. Also, I don't know why. What I can't really understand from all this is like why I can't have all the money. I would do really good things with it. Like I'd support the economy.
And not working hard enough.
I'm not working hard enough. I work every day.
No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Did you work today? Well, you didn't work today. Did you work yesterday? You didn't work yesterday. So you didn't work every day. It's okay though. It's okay. You're heading in the right direction.
Most days. I'm not working 7 days a week. That's insane. That's what capitalism wants you to do.
I don't know. But you say you work every day.
I work every day.
You work 5 days a week.
Anyways, we are brushing up on our financial literacy. Because, my dad taught me some things, but, not much at all. Not elementary school, but, high schooling, middle school. They taught me how to write a check. And can I write a check to this day? No. So it's the financial literacy is like placed, the responsibility of having that is placed in our hands, which is an important responsibility. But also, I think there should be more resources to teach us that. But that's not the direction we're going. Is it? What are we talking about?
I mean, yeah, we're talking about just the grand idea of money just as a whole. I think growing up, you're not really properly taught how to finance or just be financially smart with your money. And there's a lot of concepts in life that kind of blow my mind, um, that we've normalized in America,
Mm-hmm.
at least, to where it's like, how do you, how did we let this happen?
Mm-hmm.
But we also don't do like, it's just really confusing. So, like for example, like we have all these classes in high school, mandatory classes at that, about shit that we will never use after we graduate high school or after college, whatever,
Math.
whichever one. Okay, we need to learn a level of math, but there's a point where it's like, all right, when
I
are
have a
we going to use this?
calculator.
What I don't understand is like the concept of even learning how to do taxes, for example. If you've never done taxes before
How are you
and you've
supposed to
never
know?
had a job before, and then you're throwing into, all right, I'm gonna give it my first job ever, and then the year comes and now you got to do your taxes.
What?
Well, who's teaching you how to do your taxes? What if your dad or your mom doesn't know how to do the taxes? All right, so you're just winging it at that point. Like, what you doing? So, learning about the concept of just like lack of education behind how to financially be smart with your money, learning about saving, learning about how much you need to actually spend, what to spend on. Um, like for me, the mind blowing concept for me was credit card use. Uh,
Like only using a percentage
just
of your
only the
maximum,
most you could
and
use on a credit card is 10%. Anything past that, and credit card companies start to look at you kind of crazy.
so then it's like, why give me this limit if you only want me to use?
10% of it.
That doesn't make
Uh,
sense.
so that, not to mention, just the reality that everybody's in a constant state of debt.
Yeah, it's crazy. Can I
Yeah,
interject
go for
here?
it. Yeah.
I just think it's crazy to like take a step back and like look at just even the people you follow that you know that are like going on these trips and vacations and doing all these luxurious things, and it's like that's a normalcy. Like that's the normal type of lifestyle that that's pushed on us that we see on social media. But like all these people have like all this X amount of debt, whether it's crippling amount of debt or whatever. It's I just think like what if we walked around with our number of debt walking
Hmm.
over our heads? Like that would be such a sobering moment to see like how much people are putting on credit cards and don't actually have. So I'm like, I want to live this luxurious lifestyle, obviously, but like I don't got luxurious lifestyle money, but I do have a credit card.
Hmm.
But then also like I'm not trying to pay double the amount. Oh my god, I thought I saw something about it.
Isn't that?
Ugh. It's nat season. I think it's nat season. It's nat season in this apartment. Anyways, but it's crazy. It's a crazy thing to just like try to um pull together or whatever. Like, but wow, I lost my train of thought. I was just completely bamboozled. But it's crazy. It's a crazy realization for me just to realize how much money we don't actually have, and I'm just like, are you sure? Like, I'm not a financial advisor, but like, you sure you can afford that?
Yeah.
Like, what a concept.
I'm just thinking, like, for example, like people are like, you're graduating college with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in debt, most likely. And then on top of that, you're paying for something that's not yours. For example, leasing a car, you leasing a vehicle that you're forever buying.
Mm-hmm.
That money that you're in grand total spending could be saved or spent towards something actually more useful. So instead of spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on leasing the vehicle and then also having to worry about paying for school or the school debt that you just racked up, you could buy just a like own a car that's probably used a lot cheaper than the money that you spent on what would have been leasing could have gone towards paying off your school debt
Mm-hmm.
or going into your savings account for emergencies. There's so many things that you could do with your money that like we just normalize not doing.
Yeah.
And it's so fascinating because it's
What a
like, okay, if I
concept.
don't have the cash on me, even if I do have the cash on me, I use my credit card because I'm trying to raise my credit. But then it's
Get some
like,
points back. At what cost?
but that's like putting you in debt in a way because if you don't pay it back, that's going to affect your score rather than just paying with what you
Interest.
have, you know? So it's just like this really weird balance of you got to spend money. Because another thing is when you're applying for places, so like apartments or applying for getting a vehicle, like financing a vehicle,
They check
they're
your
looking
credit
at your
score.
credit score. So you have to have some sort of credit in order for you to even get your foot in the door. But that there's no one teaching you how to properly use the credit card. So then you're putting yourself in a really bad position, and you don't know it until later down the line. And I feel like there should be more conversations about it in school, high school, uh, just about financial literacy. That like why haven't we normalized?
Especially those kids that are going to be doing FAFSA and taking out loans. Like, why
Exactly.
are we loaning kids, teenagers, thousands of dollars that they don't understand? Like, school loans are going to start being repaid or required to be repaid coming up in September, October. What month comes first? October, November, September,
September comes first.
October. So interest starts again in that September, and then you start paying in October. And I have no real concept of paying back school loans. I've never had to do it because I graduated in the pandemic when everything was paused, and then it was pushed back. And it was pushed back again. So like, I don't know what this is gonna be like. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I heard on the daily podcast that some man who took out some $3,000 of loans in the '70s is still paying back today, but instead of still paying back that $3,000 loan, it's now up to like $4,500 or something like that because the interest keeps accruing. So that's just like if he's paying $3,000 loan off still today, I can't imagine what I'm going to be doing. And then you have to pay it in 10 years, and that's another question that I didn't even think about. Like, why is that guy still paying his loan off after 10 years? I wonder if he let
Was
default.
that a stop? Was that established the time he had set it up
Maybe
though?
it's
That's a real question.
different. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is I'm getting that ish paid off in 10 years so I can move on with my life, or hopefully less.
Yeah, I'm going back to school in August, and we're still trying to, you know, I'm still trying to figure out, the calculations on how much I'll be getting for FAFSA or FAFSA,
FAFSA.
FAFSA. I will never say that word right. I don't even type it right. Um, but like by the time I graduate, how much money would I have to pay back?
Was it?
Wasn't it like something like 6,000?
Oh yeah,
It
six
was like
thousand
six
ish.
thousand dollars
And I'm over here like, damn,
by the time
I'm jealous.
by the time I graduate. Um, and that's not with the money that I don't plan on using from FAFSA. And then also on top of that, the savings that I'll be doing while I'm going to school. Because I'm learning the stuff. It's like, whoa, why would I put myself in that kind of hole to like do things like to live life? I think for me, the concept of living life without without owing anybody anything is probably the best feeling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So the sooner or the less damage I could do to myself, the sooner I could recover, and the easier life I could move and live and do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Financial freedom is the best kind of freedom.
so it feels so good because like even now like I have like small credit card debt, but like small as in like I only have like $70, and that's just
It's
like
not even. At
that's
that
not
point,
even
that's not. That's
debt.
not even debt.
But
You're just trying to build up
in
your.
my brain, that's
Yeah.
how I look at it. It's like it's still $70 that to pay back to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's debt no matter what. But I don't want it to get too out of hand. So
You're just
I
doing it
feel
right now to build
good.
up your score.
Yeah, I feel good knowing that it's only $70 compared to somebody who might be in like $20,000, $50,000 in debt, crazy numbers, 6 figures in debt, and it's like, how do you mentally go about life with that much debt on you? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it, but
Mm-hmm. And that's just the normalization with the student loans, with the lifestyles we see people.
That's another thing. Getting out of the mindset that everybody around you has it all together.
Yeah.
Like these people, like even the houses, for example. Like these people are paying mortgages and they're just barely paying it off.
Yeah.
So it's like
30-year mortgages.
yeah, like just crazy ways of financing something that they don't have the money for. And it's like it'd be easy for you to just have a small apartment,
Well,
or just or just a small place that you could easily afford until you actually have the money to get the thing that you're trying to get. Um, and then also being smart enough to understand, even if you do get the thing, do you have the money to maintain it? Because a lot of people are like, oh, let's say you got $60,000 to $80,000 to spend on a fucking BMW, for example. All right, you got the BMW, but when it breaks down, do you have the money to pay for that, or did you just only have it to buy it? You know, how much money are you going to need to maintain that stuff? So
I think a good rule of thumb, it doesn't apply to everything like BMW, but if you can't buy it 3 times over, you can't afford it.
yeah, that's kind of what they do with rent almost. So if you yeah 3 times the mark, then they probably won't take you in, most likely. Yeah. Unless you get like a cosigner or something like that.
Cosigner is a whole different
ballgame. That's something you don't
never cosign for someone.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess the message here is just to be more, just study and learn more about financial literacy. Even if you think you know things.
Well, I thought I knew things.
Me too. You still don't know things. There's so many things that you can learn.
Lifelong learner. Hard to do that.
Hopefully, in the next couple of years, I'll have everything down pat.
The right insurance, the right. We're building. We're just in our building and grinding years.
So, sure.
Yeah, definitely very eye-opening, sobering topic.
Yeah.
And then now the Grand Slam. We're gonna talk about the most embarrassing time of our life.
You want to go first?
Listen, I get embarrassed. I do, but I don't get embarrassed like that bad. But sometimes I do get embarrassed. I have a few moments. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably one of the most embarrassing times of my life. I joke about it to make myself like cope with it better, but it's definitely the time where I was too grown to be throwing up in Walmart. That's definitely the most part. Yeah. So I don't know how old I was. I think I was middle school age, so again, too grown to be just throwing up in public places. But my dad was looking for something. I don't know what. I decided I wanted to go with him even though I wasn't feeling well. We ran to Lowe's, whatever he wanted wasn't there, so we ran to Walmart, and I said, I don't feel good. He said, stay here, and left me at the front of the store. And I'm like, I don't feel good. Just puke all over the floor. It's not like a small little kitty, like, oh, oops. No, it's like a good-sized puddle, and I just, like, let it rain. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm walking into the bathroom, and this lady, like, saw me puke and was like, oh, I ran in here because I saw you puking and grabbed you this, and I don't know what happened. I didn't clean it up. I think some Walmart employees saw what happened, but like again, I was too grown. What the heck? I couldn't run to the bathroom. That was definitely like one of the most embarrassing moments in my life. But now it's funny. I count that's my deepest darkest secret. It's not a secret, but it's a good icebreaker. Deepest darkest secret. That is one of my most embarrassing moments.
I would say one of my most embarrassing moments is getting into a rap battle. I don't know. I feel like I've told you the story, but I'm not for sure.
I remember hearing about a rap battle, but I didn't know it was embarrassing.
I feel like, yeah, it's embarrassing.
Did you lose?
Well, you have to find out.
Oh my god.
So I had a friend a long time ago, and we used to like rap battle. Well, not even rap battle, but just freestyle all the time. We used to like, we freestyle any and everywhere. That's actually how we became friends. Was we would like write notes to each other, or like little like bars to each other, and then the next day in class we will hand it off and we'll read it to each other and like laugh, and then the following day we'll write something else, and then just like there's like a comeback. So through time we would just consistently do the same thing. He'll beatbox and then I'll rap. And then flip flop, I'll beatbox, he'll rap. We'll do it anywhere. We'll do it in our own, like, cause we used to live together, so we do it in our own apartment. We'll do it at our job because we also work together. We'll do it while we're walking home or going somewhere, just on the street. We did it with a stranger once. We were just rapping with a stranger. We were doing a whole bunch of stuff. So we were really into like just doing it. It was like a lot of fun. He was also making music at the time, and I didn't really do anything. I didn't take part in it because like, what I like to rap about really didn't fit what he liked to rap about, so it was just kind of like, just do his thing. But eventually he had came across this flyer or something, like this show that you could attend, and he signed me up. He signed himself up. So we went to the show, and you basically you go on stage like in front of an actual audience. You go to this bar downtown in Fargo, go on stage, they play a beat, you rap over the beat, and then you go like a total of like 3 rounds, but the best out of three basically, and then they vote, and the crowd will kind of cheer to see whoever is good and whoever's bad. So I get there, I'm thinking like me and him, we've been rapping for a long time, years, bro. Like we've been man, we're good at this. We're like naturals at this point. So we get there, and I'm just scoping the area and stuff, and I see this guy, and he just keeps looking at me. I'm just kind of like, and like I don't know you at all. Like, why are you looking at me so hard? But like, I'm not, maybe he thinks I look familiar to him, so I'm like, I'm not paying it no mind. But I see it on the corner of my eye, and every now and then I just catch eyes with him. Maybe I'm like, why is he looking so damn hard? So eventually they started the show, and I can't remember when I got up there, but they eventually called my name up there. So I'll go up there, and then he goes up there.
Like,
So I was like,
yeah.
oh, okay, interesting. So they started playing a beat. I went first. So they played a beat. I'm over here freestyling, saying a whole bunch of random shit, just like killing shit. But I'm not about to rap right now. I'm a little rusty. But like I was freestyling. I was thinking I was killing shit. Da 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 da. Then all of a sudden they stopped, and then he went, and he started cooking me. And it was different because when I freestyle like it was just like I'm just saying whatever's in my mind. His was like an attack to me. Like it was an attack on me, attack on my entire fit. If you ever seen 8 Mile before, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. I was Bunny. But like in the early stages, was a Rabbit. I think his name was Rabbit. But I got cooked. I got flame broiled, and I wasn't prepared for it. So I was like thinking to myself, well, I don't know this guy. And now I got to really like analyze, but like my round's about to come like right now. So as soon as he got done, he said something about like my fit, and then like the beat stopped. I was like, you didn't have to do all that. Yeah, like I said, I'm like, you didn't have to do all that. And people like laughed.
You said that into the mic?
Yeah,
oh my God.
I said it to the mic.
No way.
And the guy, somebody in the back is like, you got to put that in like the song. I was like, so I'm up there and I'm thinking to myself, my friend over here is watching me get my ass cooked right now, and this is so embarrassing. So then I'm trying my best, but I'm just thinking to myself, I don't even know what to do now because I didn't analyze him properly. I didn't come like mentally prepared for assaulting anyone, and I should have known better. So yeah, I got cooked, but what made me feel better about the situation was he ended up winning the entire tournament.
Okay, so it wasn't you.
So he was good. He was really good, but I feel like I could have represented myself a lot better if I would have known that it was a situation where I had to go after somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I would have at least had something pre-written down, hard bar or something like that. Nah.
I would pay to see that. I wish.
That was so embarrassing.
There's no videos?
No, I hope not. I'm gonna try to scrub it too if there is.
I need to see that.
And I can't imagine the fit that I was wearing too, because that shit was probably atrocious. Because my clothing, yeah, that was like my second thing. My other embarrassing story.
What was?
Just
what was your
when you look back onto like outfits that you wear in high school, that shit
Lucy,
is
you're
so
some grace. That
cringy.
was the times then. That was peak fashion.
Nah, not for me.
Oh,
It's like when I first got a job, yeah, like my mom didn't like my parents didn't have it like that, so they went to go shop at affordable places for clothes. And so eventually I had got a job, my first job at McDonald's. And when my first paycheck came through, I was thinking to myself like, oh, I'm about to get the cleanest fit. So I went shopping, and my dad took me to just a mall in general, and I got me a blue, like a royal blue Under Armour sweatshirt with it was like a white symbol with a black lining around it, black trimming, but everything else is just straight blue. Then I had then I had these Nike sweatpants that was all white and it was like a black Nike logo, but it's like a tiny, but everything was just fucking white. And then I had these blue, white, and black and one shoes. Now, first of all, why do I have three brands on? Like that's just nasty in its own self. I got three athletic brands. Like it's one thing if you just got three different kind of like you got different brands, but they're like fashion brands. Like I got Gucci glasses, but I also got like
Do you think with athletic brands you can't mix and match? It's just
I mean, I guess you can't mix and match like Louis and Gucci, and like I feel like there's like some level of brand loyalty or like wearing different brands that all are competitive companies just seems wrong.
okay.
It seems nasty. So
Mhm.
that was one thing that I'm like, why did I think I was just going off colors? I was like, yeah, this is a fire
That was a big thing though, like mixing it, not mixing matching, but coordinating
coordinated colors. That was my
huge.
thing, but I didn't think about this is Under Armour, Nike, and one. And one, by the way, the one like how do you okay? Anyway, so I showed up the school thinking I'm about to kill shit. People are gonna be like, "Ooh, that's a fire fit." They're gonna be like, "Man, how'd you get like that?" Like I'm like, I don't even
Sport
know, man. I didn't
clean.
even just come on now. So like, I get to like one of my classes, and one of the kids in the school or in my class who was sitting right next to me saw my shoes.
Oh.
He was like, "Are those A1s?"
Oh.
I was like, "Yeah." I was thinking like it clean, whatever. He started laughing and he started telling his
Oh.
friends from behind him like,
Oh.
"Oh, look at!" And I'm like, "No, no."
That's
So I'm getting just roast flamed and the entire day, by the way. So I'm
Mhm.
leaving, they got their jokes off, whatever. But now every time I walk past them, they looking at my shoes. Every single time, I can just see them like smirking and laughing.
Mhm.
So I'm like,
That's so mean.
I got bullied. So then after that, I never wore those shoes ever again. I put
Oh,
them shits to the side.
that's
I
so
wanted to burn them bitches. I was like, this is bullshit. I had the cleanest fit ever. They just
oh my god.
so then I told my dad to take me back a couple of weeks later, take me back to the mall. I went to Finish Line and I got me my first pair of Jordans. And I went back to school. I'm like, now what?
Oh,
So that's how I got
dang.
introduced to Jordans.
Ugh,
I got flamed for my N1s.
that's awful. I don't like that. Everybody's
Character
bullshit.
building, or what they say, canon event.
Oh yeah.
So
That's going around. Oh.
yeah. So never buy N1s if you're not trying to get flamed.
Ugh, I was gonna say something about that. I don't remember what it was.
Now they got Crocs, so now it's like just get Crocs. They're pretty affordable.
I don't know. Are they?
Actually, no, never mind.
I wouldn't use
Well,
it
it depends on which
affordable.
ones you get. If you get like the old model, I think they're pretty affordable.
Oh,
But
really?
the ones I got are kind of expensive.
The typical ones I see are like $45.
That's
And
like
for
an average
shoes,
shoe. Yeah, that's
sure,
an average
okay,
shoe cost.
okay.
Like if you're getting something under $45 for shoes, then
Then
like
it's probably not gonna last.
what are
very
you
long.
doing?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Dang, that's tough.
Yeah.
Oh, what grade were you in when this happened?
I was in like 11th grade,
Oh,
so this was like practically like where I was fully like I don't want to say fully, but like like you're in 11th grade. It's like you're a junior, right? You feel like a sense of like I'm too old for this kind of stuff, and you getting flamed for your N1s. Like it's just not a good look.
Not ideal. Sorry,
But it is what it is.
Well, do you have a question of the day for us?
So I'm changing it up for y'all again. I love changing things up because I keep you on your tippy toes. So instead of giving you a question of the day, I'm going to give you a fun fact of the day.
What?
Yeah. So fun fact of the day. Mind your business. All right. I thought this was pretty interesting. Fun fact of the day. A shrimp's heart is in its head.
Wow.
So think about all the shrimp that you eat.
Oh my god.
And just know you eating brain too.
That's life altering.
That's life altering.
I'll never see shrimp the same way ever again.
I'm just saying, man. So
I'm vegan now.
those are I think it's seahorses.
Hmm.
I wonder if shrimp do. Like male seahorses are like males could give birth.
Oh, I know that's seahorses for sure. I don't know
Yeah.
if that applies to
I
shrimp.
don't think it applies to shrimp.
Thank you. For
So yeah,
sharing
fun
that.
fact of the day, man. Just think about that. Just carry that with you.
Yeah, take some time to meditate on that.
And if you love seafood, I'm sorry.
This is a big seafood guy right
I
here.
love seafood. I'm gonna still eat it too, man. It's
Yeah,
nothing
I'm
stop
eat
me
it.
from eating it. There's so many nasty things that you could probably learn from whatever you're eating, but
Yeah, like
it is what
hot
it is.
dogs. I don't eat those anymore.
I might eat a hot dog,
Ugh.
but I'm more of a brat
I was
person.
gonna say raise your standards. At least try a brat. Have a brat instead.
I've had a brat before, obviously. I've been had a brat.
I haven't had a brat in so long.
We almost had a brat today.
We did.
But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys have a nice day. Hope you enjoy this episode. Like, comment, and subscribe.
And what else do they need to do?
Hit the link.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Peace.
Bye.